In this video, I'm going to share tips to perfecting a guest's first-time experience based on a member's point of view. Hey guys, I'm McKenna. I manage the video team here at Loud Rumor, and I've actually been secret shopping a couple of studios in my area. My goal is to put myself in the member's shoes to see where studios, 1, are doing things right and how we can build off that, and then 2, share where studios need improvements and where we can all learn from them. There's a quote that says something along the lines of, "A smart person makes a mistake and then learns from it, but a genius learns from other people's mistakes." So I'm going to tell you about 2 experiences I recently had. One studio that did a lot of things right, and another studio that did a lot of things wrong, and how you can learn from both of these experiences. Let's start with the first studio, the one that did things wrong. I do want to start off by saying that this studio had an incredible workout. It was really great, and in fact, it kind of amazes me how the workout was totally different than the actual experience. But let me start off when I first arrived. So it's my first time ever being in the studio. There are 2 staff members, a coach and a front desk. However, they were both sitting sort of slouched over in their chairs. Neither of them came over to me or said anything to me. I noticed other people standing in a line signing a paper. And since no one said anything to me, I assumed I had to stand in this line and sign the paper. When I got to the front of the line, I finally say, "Hi, I'm new here. Do I need to sign this paper?" And their response, "Oh, no, that's for the shakes. What's your name?" I tell them my name, and they have me sign a waiver in a completely different area. So right off the bat, this is not a good welcome at all. I did not feel comfortable. But next was the tour, and I can't even really call it a tour at all. The coach goes, "There's the bathrooms, there's the nutrition area, and then there's the bottles to wipe off the equipment. And then let me know if you need anything. We're gonna start in about 15 minutes. And yes, for 15 minutes, not one person said a single thing to me. They didn't ask about my goals. They did not make me feel comfortable at all. And now I'm used to going to fitness studios, so this is my world, so I can kind of adjust. But I can't help but think about the person who hasn't worked out in months, maybe years, and they finally get the nerve to take a class, and it goes like this. First impressions matter, and I can't stress this enough. Making someone feel comfortable within those first few minutes is so important, and you should have a process in place that no matter which coach, no matter which class time, anytime someone new walks into your studio, your team runs that play. We actually have consultants in our Loud Rumor virtual training program who specifically help fitness owners develop processes like this for their studio. And if you're interested in learning more about the consulting program, click the link in the description below and you can pick a time to talk to someone on our team to see if the program is a good fit for you. Okay, now back to the story. So after waiting 15 minutes by myself, just standing around, keep in mind there were 2 coaches there, the class finally started. And like I mentioned before, the workout really did blow me away. They paired me up with a veteran member, used my name throughout the entire workout, and the energy was just there. It was a 10 out of 10. And to be honest with you, most of the studios I go to have that 10 out of 10 experience for their workout. It's all the other little things that need improvement. Because after the class finished, after having this incredible workout, I knew that I'd be hungry and I knew I didn't have time to stop for breakfast. I also knew they had shakes from when I first walked in, the people were signing that sheet. But I was also too nervous to ask where I get one. Hint, this is why the tour is so important. I wondered, where do I even go if I want a shake? Do I have to sign that sheet, or do I just go over to that nutrition area she pointed to? Is there someone that makes the shakes, or is it the coach? All these questions popped into my mind. It just caused me so much discomfort. I'm like, I'm gonna leave. So I actually skipped breakfast that day. So after this story, after reflecting on it, I came up with 3 basic tips that this studio could have done to make this whole experience a 10 out of 10 and actually make money for me. So tip number 1, have the proper welcome. When you see me or anyone walk in for the first time, stand up, come out of the desk area so there's no barrier, and make them feel welcome. Take me through a real tour, not just pointing at things. Tell me what to expect and where I can find things to make me feel comfortable about being here at your studio. Tip number 2, talk to me. Ask about my goals, why I'm here. If you don't use a client intake form, you should, and you can get your free download in the description below. But you should be talking and asking questions to these new guests to see why they're actually here, especially if they were here 15 minutes early. Tip number 3, make ancillary sales, especially if you have a nutrition area. If you don't have a nutrition area, stay tuned. I'll share another experience where they were able to sell me something other than food. But in this case, during the tour, they should have said something along the lines of, "Now I'm going to take you to our nutrition area. We make shakes from scratch and have a ton of different flavors. Today's special flavor is cookie dough. Does that sound good to you, or do these flavors sound better?" When I say which flavor is the best, follow up with, "Awesome, we can actually have the shake ready for you right after you finish the workout." That way you don't have to wait and you can be on your way. Just put your name on this sign-up sheet, and then from there you would obviously collect the payment and continue on. So now I'm going to tell you about studio number 2, who did it right. Now this studio was actually a hot bar studio. From the moment I walked into this studio, my first time ever, front desk lady came out, welcomed me by name, and she took me on a full tour of the studio. She pointed out the showers just in case I needed to use them after sweating in class. She then asked, "Do you have a floor towel? This is a hot bar class, so you'll be dripping in sweat." I let her know I didn't have one. So she says, "No worries, we have an extra towel that first-time visitors use. We also have brand new ones, never used, available for purchase. Does that work for you?" And it sure did. The way she mentioned right beforehand I would be dripping in sweat and then saying the extra towel is for first-time visitors, I was a little grossed out. So I was like, yeah, when she quickly followed up with never been used brand new towels, it was a no-brainer for me. Before I even took the class, she made the sale. The workout, just like studio number 1, was a 10 out of 10. She mentioned my name throughout the class, came over to help me with my form, and at the very end, she announced to the class, "Everyone, give a round of applause for McKenna on her very first bar class." How did she know it was my first bar class? Because after the tour, she talked to me. She asked me why I was here, if I ever done bar or a hot class before. She knew that I did personal training and was looking to complement that with other styles of workouts. She told me about all the different types of classes they had to offer. After I finished the class, she came over to me and asked me how I felt. I let her know it was such a great experience. She then said, "I have a gift for you." Oh, she gave me a bracelet branded with their studio and then asked me for my social media handle so she, the studio, can follow me. This was so unique and made a big impression on me. The one thing I think they could have improved upon was actually booking me for my next class and then asking for those referrals. Out of all those things they did right, there was one thing though that stood out overall. The instructor/front desk lady never stopped smiling the whole entire time. She seemed happy to be there, very friendly, and it made me truly believe that this was a positive and uplifting community. I wanted to make this video to show you the point of view from a potential member of your studio and to give you some tips on how to make it the best experience. When we talk about making the person feel comfortable from the very moment that they walk in, or using the client intake form and understanding their why, or making ancillary sales, all of this, it truly does make a difference. The difference between signing up for a membership with your studio or not. So I encourage you all to leave a comment below with what you're going to start doing today to perfect the guest experience. Is it creating a process for your team to follow when a new guest walks in? Perfecting your tour? Working on your pitch to making ancillary sales? Maybe it's inspiring your team and creating a culture that your team is so bought into where they can't help but smile anytime there's a potential to help someone new on their fitness journey. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe for more videos just like this one.